Hey everyone. Um, I just wanted to do a quick update. I know that um, a lot of you guys have been keeping up with me as far as how I've been feeling, and since I've had surgery and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on in my life. And I know I've just kind of been popping a video out here and there and stuff like that, and I know I haven't kept up with a lot. um, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys in a little bit and let you know what's going on. Um, so I know my last video was about a new series that I was starting, that I had started, called Mix With Me. And yeah, I recorded that, and while I was recording that, I wasn't feeling good. Actually, for the past like month, I had not been feeling too great, and I had called to the doctor's office, and they had told me that a lot of the things that I was feeling at the time were common or normal and stuff. And it was actually a nurse I was speaking to, and she just kind of led me to believe that I was fine. And even though I was feeling horrible and very, very sick and what I thought wasn't normal, but then again, I had never had any surgery before, or especially any major surgery and stuff like that. So for those of you who don't know, who are watching this, I had like reconstructive surgery on my stomach, and yeah, they basically bypassed, I guess, like some of my intestines, and um re I don't know how to explain it, but they I think cut them and reconnected them and all that. So all those passages and stuff were new passages and things like that. I know it probably sounds kind of gross, but anyways, yeah, so that's something that I have been recovering from. It's your stomach, so it's kind of major, it's kind of a big deal. But anyways, yeah, so I started not feeling really well a few weeks back, and like I said, I had asked about it, I had been calling about it. Never actually got to speak to my doctor, was just speaking to a nurse who kind of just made me feel like I was fine, and I was kind of whining about it. But I would tell her, but I have this symptom now, or now I have this symptom, and, is this normal? And I feel sick all the time, I feel nauseous all the time. And then it got to a point where I was super nauseous all the time, and I would like wake up in the morning and need to, like, I don't mean to be gross, but I guess if you're watching, it's because you're interested. But I would wake up in the morning, and the first thing I would need to do was, like, I felt like I needed to throw up, and you know what I mean? And it was mostly vile, which is like, stuff in your stomach, like just saliva and like weird foamy stuff. But it got to the point where I was constantly nauseous. I was constantly like gagging and dry heaving and all this stuff, and I never felt like eating. At this point, I'm, you know, like 6 weeks out of surgery at the point when all this was going on. So I I was, thinking like, gosh, this is really, really harsh. It was a lot more than I even anticipated once, my incisions healed and everything, and I thought I would feel okay. And so yeah, I was just really, really sick, and it got to the point where I started to not feel good. Like, my body started feeling really sick. It was really tired. I was sleeping a lot. And and one day I started having like blurred vision or like double vision where my eyes wouldn't work together and they wouldn't focus. Like it started really, it started really to affect me. And I would talk to my mom. I'm 24, and I know it probably seems like I'm a giant baby, but like I still run to my mom for everything. And I would tell her, and she was kind of like, I think you just need to relax. I think it's in your head. I think, I just think that you're really worried, and I know that you're probably scared and stuff, but I think that you just need to keep calm about it and see if you feel better. Maybe you need to give yourself time. And I would like take days off of work and everything. So then I started feeling really weak. Like I started feeling like my muscle mass was like going away, like my legs and my arms, and just everything started to feel like jelly, and it was really like scary. And like a lot of time went by where I just never felt normal, and I was just felt so sick. And again, throughout this time, I was repeatedly calling the doctor's office, and his nurse would give me advice, which I came later to find out she's allowed to give me temporary solutions until the doctor has time to call me back and then, ask me to see if he wants to see me, or to see if he has an idea of what it is or what I can do. But I don't think that she was relaying any messages to him. She was just content giving me the advice that she felt would help my symptoms that she thought I was exaggerating about. That's what I think that she thought. So I think she thought that she was helping me. But anyways, so basically I got to a point where I was just entirely like, I have no quality of life anymore. I like, something's really wrong with me, and I was really upset. So I was, called my mom, my sister, and I was like, I'm really, something's wrong. Like, I don't feel good. So they took me to my local emergency room. The doctor and stuff that I see is out of town. It's about 2 hours away. So they took me to the local emergency room, and basically, they took me in and everything, and they did their like diagnosis thing, and so they put me on an IV right away, and then they did some like blood tests. Well, in my blood tests, the results showed that I was like extremely deficient in potassium, which can be really, really, really dangerous. And there's being having a potassium deficiency, and then there's being hypokalemic, I think, or having hypokalemia. And that's just when it's like really bad and severe. Well, I was like automatically diagnosed being hypokalemic. And so they kind of just put me on IV, and then gave me like 8 pills to swallow. Well, like, hello, I just had surgery on my stomach. So that was just kind of a lot for me. So I'm going to try to I know this is like so long. I'm going to try to like hurry up. But long story short, I came home that night, not feeling okay by the time I left, but on the drive home I started to really not feel good. Well, I came home and threw up all those potassium pills. So none of it really absorbed, but my instructions at discharge were to either go back to the hospital in 2 days, or wait till Monday, because that was on a Friday, to see a doctor to find out, what I needed to do to be treated for it or whatever. So the next 2 days, I just like, they were horrible. It was just like hell. I got worse and worse. I was basically in bed for those 2 days, like, still, like, my vision was messed up, like, I felt weak, I felt like I was getting weaker, but I just kept telling myself, like, Monday, it was the weekend, there were no doctor's offices open, so I waited those 2 days, And I ended up calling up to my doctor's office, and the same nurse takes the calls. And I had told her, like, hey, you know what, like, I was a little upset. I was like, hey, you know what, I ended up in the emergency room. They diagnosed me with a deficiency, which I've been asking you, maybe I have a deficiency, because I've been reading online that stuff goes bad or whatever. And so yeah, she was just like, okay, let me talk to the doctor who's just here on call in the office, because my doctor was performing surgeries, I guess, that morning. So she finally asked somebody else who was actually a doctor, and he was like, oh my gosh, get her over here now, like, tell her to take the drive, like, have someone drive her up here now, because something might seriously be wrong. And so basically I got a lot of the nurse called me back and was like, please come, please, we need to see you and all this stuff, and I'm going to run across the street to a hospital here and get you a room and pre-register you and everything. So I think she knew that she had been messing up the whole time, and I think she knew that she was going to be in trouble for not relaying any of the six times that I had called, you know what I mean, looking to talk to my doctor. And so anyways, basically, they had me drive up there to kind of check me out and stuff. I immediately went into the hospital. They checked me in. I got a room, and as soon as my doctor was available, he came and he saw me, and they ran blood work and did everything. So I actually had a lot of things going on with me. I was deficient in a lot of ways. I was extremely dehydrated. So they put me on IV fluids right away, and then had me stay overnight and to get prepped for a second procedure. What had happened was that from them operating on me the first time, my body was trying so hard to heal that wherever the new passages and intestines and stuff were going on, basically my stomach healed shut. So there were no passages for food to go down, for water to go down, to get any vitamins. I think your intestines are what absorb any vitamins and stuff, and so basically there was nowhere for it to go down, so they had to do a procedure. And I came out of that procedure in kind of a lot of pain and stuff like that, and they kept me to observe and to keep pumping vitamins and stuff in me. So I stayed in the hospital for a week, and it was kind of miserable, but I'm home now and feeling a little bit better. It's going to be a work in progress. I still feel a little back and forth with feeling good and feeling weak and but I guess I just have to remember that I was on fluids and vitamins and just all sorts of things for a week straight. So I guess my body needs to readjust. They said that there's no guarantee that the passage will not scar and shut again, so I may eventually have to have another procedure done, but hopefully not. Hopefully I'm doing good. I feel okay right now, and I'm just very happy to be home. I was just gone for too long, and you know but yeah, basically, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you're ever not feeling good and yourself and your body, speak up for yourself. Don't let anybody tell you that you're okay, because I had something really, really serious going on and everyone was just trying to be helpful and reassuring, but always listen to your instincts and always get help. Make somebody listen to you, because what was going on with me, if I would have just kept listening to all the positive feedback around me, it could have been fatal. So that's just what's going on. I'm home now and I feel better, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know what was up. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Also, really quick, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you have any questions, please write them below and I'll gather them and try to answer them and make another video, because I know there's a lot of details I kind of left out, but it was just getting too long. So go ahead and leave questions and I'll make another video.